Hey everybody, what's the Gerudo, and welcome back to Let's Play Nintendo Land. In the previous episode, we conquered Road to the Goron Mines, the Forest Temple Hunt, and Death Mountain Climb. And today's episode, we'll be finishing off the Legend of Zelda Battle Quest by starting with Gerudo Fortress Trail. Oh yeah! Alright, something else that we did in the previous episode as well was we demonstrated what this game was like when you're playing by yourself with the gamepad. This time around, we'll be doing the same, but with the sword. So that's something that's going to be pretty well worth mentioning. And it's also going to be a little bit awkward because I do hand gestures when I talk, so doing that with motion controls may not be the best thing ever. I kind of wish we could have targeted the archer before you do anything, but whatever. The archer is going to be your worst enemy when playing only with the sword, because there's not much you can do to defend yourself if they attack off screen, so that's not going to be fun. What is going to be fun is dealing with these guys with the sword, because we have a way to defend against you now, because for whatever dumb reason you can't dodge these enemies when you're playing with the gamepad. I still don't understand that, but what I do understand is, oh my god, this game is so pretty. Alright, we have some new enemies right here. These are Stalfos. They kind of act like Bokoblins, how they have the wooden shield. That can be destroyed with a charge attack as well, whether you're playing with a Wii Remote or bow and arrow or something like that. But the thing is, they will teleport around the battlefield, so they're going to be pretty tricky to deal with. But what's worth mentioning is when their eyes start glowing, that is their cue for attacking, so make sure you have your shield up when that happens. They also don't seem to counterattack nearly as often as their not dead counterparts, so that's another thing worth mentioning. Alright, we took care of you. Let's continue onward. Real victory! Now, I've praised this game's art style, saying how you can tell what almost everything is made out of in this game. But one thing that I absolutely love is how the sword characters look in this game. Oh, we lost our master rank. Alright, well, I really like how you could tell that this sword is made out of styrofoam and things like that. It's such a cute detail they didn't need to do, but I'm very glad they did it. Now, these enemies right here, the gold ones, they will spin, so you definitely want to be careful about that. If you've played Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, then this is definitely going to seem familiar to you, because there's going to be a lot of precise movements you'll need to do with the sword in order to fight these guys, and I'm more than okay with that, because Skyward Sword is one of my favorite Zelda games. Say what you will about it, it is a bit linear, and there are some questionable gameplay designs with it, but Skyward Sword is awesome, and no one could tell me otherwise. Alright, this is not the best situation for us to be in right now, so I'm just going to be careful. Why can't you just shoot the pink buddy? Oh, we took them out easily. I don't know what I was worried about right there. Have your shield ready when you take care of these guys. One thing of advice I can recommend when you're playing a multiplayer is have your sword people ahead of the archer, so that the sword people can tell when those enemies are going to be coming. Because well, that looks gruesome. Because they will be able to use their shield to protect themselves. The fast guys will typically go after the sword players, is what I'm trying to say. It won't always be the case, though, so make sure your archer is prepared just in case they race by you guys. These guys right here with the hats, with the frying pans on with the pots over their head. Bleh, that's not a frying pan. Those guys are definitely a lot harder to fight. But now we have a Wizrobe, and now I can demonstrate what it's like to fight this game with only the sword. Alright, so, as you can see, this is just like... Wow. This is a serious staple for my favorite series, and I still can't do it. Alright, so, basically you want to smack the beach ball back and forth with this guy until it smacks his face. This is a little bit trickier to do multiplayer because the ball will change color and will not always go after the same person. So make sure everybody is on guard when you're going to this area. I'm honestly not entirely sure what the difference is between this Wizrobe and the one we've seen in the previous episode. Maybe this one has more health, I don't know off the top of my head, because I don't keep track of that kind of stuff. But it doesn't seem too difficult. Same strategy as before, just a little bit more difficult, I assume. Alright, one more round of tennis should do it. And we did it! Also, your shield will not deflect it, it will only block from attacking, so if you don't think you can swing the sword fast enough, then just quickly press the B button for extra protection. Man, we were this close to a master rank. If that one key sign gotten me, if I hadn't messed up on the first round, I would have gotten master rank. Yeah! Alright then, let's move on. I just feel like doing that at some point during the series. Ganon's Castle Approach. Alright, let's do this! Ah! Alright. Once again, I gotta be quiet for this music. Alright, that's enough. I could listen to this music all day, I'm not even joking. Alright, so for those of you out there who don't know, all 5 of you out there, this is the theme for A Link to the Past Dark World. And I'll be honest, I'm not that big of a fan of The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, and it's kind of a silly reason why. I played the Game Boy Advance version when I was a kid, and it's not a bad version by any means. It even came with the bonus game for Sword. I don't really like that game in particular, but, you know, Link to the Past was also pretty good. A Link to the Past, the reason why I'm really not that big of a fan of that game, at least compared to other people, is when I was a kid, I honestly really preferred to just play Link's Awakening when I was playing it. It was a very weird situation where I'd play the game, and I'd like it, but I would just feel like I'd honestly rather be playing Link's Awakening right now. That's my personal opinion. It's not a bad game by any means. It's probably also because of the fact that the game was really difficult, and I played it for the first time when I was a kid, and I've never actually played it when I was a teenager or an adult or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it if they release it for the Nintendo Switch or something like that. I really love Link. I really love Link Between Worlds on 3DS. That's one of my favorite Zelda games. Rude. Excuse me, good sir. Well, that's what I get for criticizing Link to the Past. Alright, that's good. Wow, this guy's throwing these things a lot faster than the other one. Which is weird considering the other one is supposed to be the more difficult one. Oh, come on! Alright, we at least got him once. So even if we fail this tag, we can at least take pride in knowing that we got him once. Alright. We got them. Alright. Trying to concentrate because I don't want to mess up on this guy of all things. I never have trouble with Rizuro, but I'm just not good at video games apparently. And we got him! Yay! Woo! I always love doing like a little victory animation right here. Alright then, moving on to this area. You want to be careful with these dudes, because if you take damage, then you will lose a heart, and that's to go without saying. I don't know why I felt the need to express that. I had my shield up! Alright, go over here, wait for those guys to start approaching you, they'll do a jump attack, wait for the arrows to go again. Do what I say, not what I do. I've been thinking that a lot lately. I guess that's just the catchphrase for 2019, I guess. And I've just made this video outdated by mentioning what year it is, for people who want to binge watch this Let's Play a couple years from now. Do any of you do that? I don't know. I know I like to binge watch some older Let's Plays. Not my own, of course, just, other people in general. Get away from me. Wow. Okay, so the strategy for dealing with this Gochula with the sword, strike upwards to knock them off their feet, and then attack them like this. Alright, so we got a heart back, that's gonna be pretty good. You unfortunately can't get cuckoos when you're playing with the sword, so that's the drawback of playing with an easier control method. Just letting you guys know. And watch out for this rude Archer of Rudeness, because he likes to attack me, it's not very nice. Alright, scare you. Pretty sure there's a guy behind me. There we go. Okay. I'm getting really nervous because I know the boss for this level is pretty difficult. So I'm a little bit anxious about that. I really hope I use that word properly because I don't usually use that word very much. Thankfully with these guys, when... Okay, let's see your review first. Thankfully with these guys, when you get knocked off your feet like that, you're given a split second to not take damage. Oh, these guys give you hearts. That's pretty nice. Use your shield to stop yourself from walking in front of these things. This is a very cool trap, and I'm really surprised you don't use it very often. Alright, take a review. Ooh, we got both of them at the same time. That was cool. And we got these rude pink dudes. Pink is the color of evil. Not really. Alright, concentrate so I don't take too much damage from these. Oh, we got them both at the same time. That was cool. If you're playing with the gamepad, good luck. This is so difficult if you're playing on the gamepad. That's kind of the reason why I wanted to use the Wii Remote this time around, because it's not that bad when you're playing with the Wii Remote. But I'm just saying, good luck gamepad users. Alright, so, strategy this time around, same as before, take it easy, don't try to do anything too fancy or anything like that, just attack a couple times when the shield is up. Partway through like that, you'll do 2 attacks instead, so you definitely want to keep that in mind. Your shield is your best friend forever. Alright. I think we'll be fine. This isn't too... Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Alright, we got a heart back, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I was just about to say this isn't too bad, but of course the Let's Play curse had to take its toll on my brain cells and my heart. How could you do this to me, Let's Play curse? I thought we had something special. Alright, so let's continue attacking you. Now I've praised the fact that their stuffing comes loose when they take damage. I especially like it with the sword because it comes loose exactly where you strike, and this is a really good detail. And we're losing a lot of hearts. Okay. I need to remember that he's going to be attacking twice. Okay, take it easy. Nice and slow. Strike! Shield, shield, strike. We missed. Shield, strike, shield, we missed. I'm not very good at this, apparently. Alright, get a little closer. Shield. Wait for opening. Strike! And we did it! We did it! We barely survived with the Wii Remote. Which is kind of sad, to be honest, but we did it! That's all that matters. Alright, starting off the last level in the Legend of Zelda Battle Quest, you may notice that it says, look at the gamepad screen. Well, do I have a surprise for you, because I'm going to be controlling both the sword and the gamepad during the final level. This is going to be an absolute disaster, but bring it on! Alright, so again, this may be one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life, but basically, what we'll be doing is we'll be switching back and forth between focusing on gamepad control and the sword control. So the reason why I wanted to do this in the first place was because you start off in different positions in this level, the sword and the arrow player. So I wanted to demonstrate that, but I figured, well, I'm doing that by myself anyway, I might as well try to play the entire level. This is by no means my first attempt trying to do this. This is the third take right now. So right now we're gonna have that player wait right there, have some more enemies that spawn on the gamepad screen. And I'm really happy that the gamepad screen shows up on the TV so that you can see all this, because I really wanted to be able to do this, but I don't have a gamepad capture card and I can't buy them anymore because Katsukiri doesn't exist anymore. Alright, at this point I'm going to be waiting, I'm going to have the gamepad player wait for a moment. And we're going to be focusing on the TV. Basically, if you want to try this for yourself, have the TV player use the shield to keep them from moving, and use the charging arrows to stop your gamepad player. I probably shouldn't recommend you try and do this by yourself, though, because this is actually kind of straining on the shoulders, to be honest. The really weird thing about trying to control this setup is I have the gamepad on my right hand. I have my gamepad set up on my lap so that I can hold it while moving the thumbstick. And this is just a very weird experience because I'm right-handed, which means I'm using the gamepad, the Wii Remote sword controls with my left hand. And that's just a bit of a weird situation. The reason why I'm having the gamepad staying up there is because the gamepad is not very good at fighting Stalfos, so that's the reason why I want them to stay up there while I'm dealing with these dudes. Objectively, I probably could have had the gamepad take out the bombs from before, but that's boring. Who wants to do that? Alright, keep the arrow, have the arrow go onwards. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. I don't like it. Where are they? Ah! Alright. Have the sword player stick with the shield for a moment. And now we're be taking care of the Wizrobe. The really nice thing about fighting the Wizrobe while controlling both Wii Remote and gamepad like a moron like me is that it will only focus on either the energy ball or the keys attack at once. It would never do both at the same time. And you can also use the gamepad to chip off some extra damage as well. Also keep in mind that the Wizrobe will have some additional health when you're playing in multiplayer mode, so just keep that in mind. The really weird thing about controlling it like this is that it's way easier to see the TV screen than looking back and forth between the TV and the gamepad. So most of the time, I'm just using my peripheral vision on the gamepad when I need to quickly aim at something real quick. So it may not be the best idea ever, but thankfully you can use the TV to aim, kind of. Not the best thing ever, but it's still pretty interesting. And I'm really surprised we were able to defeat him that quickly. Coming up over here, keep your sword player in the back. Say I try to keep him in the back. Alright, well that didn't work out exactly like I was hoping. But keep your shield player over here while the sword deals most of the... Why did I say shield? The arrow player. You want to keep the arrow player in the back while the sword deals with most of this. This may not apply for those who are playing a single player or with other people, like a normal person. But I just thought it was worth mentioning because I'm nice, you better appreciate it. There's some purple enemies over here. I keep going back and forth between whether or not they're pink or purple. Alright. Well, I guess we took them all out, so... I guess we took them all out. I guess we're successful in playing video games. Alright. We're going to be going over here. And this next part coming up here in this area is going to be pretty tricky to do. So basically, the strategy that I recommend if you're trying to do this like me, have the gamepad player focus on these bad guys. It may not seem ideal, considering these are the fast ones, but trust me, because there's a cuckoo over there, and that might be great for restoring your HP. Or it would be if we were actually able to reach it, but it flew off too quickly. I really don't like how fast that one flies away. I don't like it. Alright. There's some archers coming up over in this area. Actually, wait. No, we'll just keep you right there. I don't know if you get additional skulls every time you die. I don't think you do. Oh, you do! Alright, well, that's pretty well worth mentioning. I don't know what I want to do right here, because there's a lot of tough bad guys that is going to make this pretty difficult for the archer to come over here. But there's also archers over there. Well, first of all, I want to take care of you. Wait for you to attack. I think we'll be safe if we have the gamepad come up here. Just take care of you. Alright, this seems to be working. The important thing is, don't have the aggro on the big guy drawn to the archer. Because that's not going to end well for anybody. Hey, what did I say? Excuse me? Why are you going after the archer? Okay. Yeah, this is really difficult. Basically you want to have the... Hey, get back over here, get back over here, get back over here, get back over here. Okay, we got you, and we got you. I'm gonna keep the archer back here, because these dudes... because these are the pink ones, and pink is apparently fast. At least it is in this game. This seems to be working out pretty well. It's good to know that the skulls will appear in plural form when you die multiple times. That's a very weird way to word that, but I couldn't think of anything else. Alright. Also, like I said earlier, it's very weird controlling this because, like I also said, I'm using my right hand to control the thumbstick on the gamepad so that I can fire arrows, but I'm using my sword on my left hand. I'm not very good at multitasking, but I'm a little surprised it's working out as well as it is. I was expecting not to be able to get past the first room, but each time that I've played through this, I've gotten a little bit further each time. Is it safe for the gamepad player to come up here now? Yep, it is. Okay, we're fine. Looks like all the bad guys are gone. There's a cuckoo over there we can... Actually, we have maximum HP, so we should be good. Okay. This is gonna be weird. And... that didn't work. Let's try that again. Okay, that worked better. Man, I am really nervous about what's coming up next. Alright, there's a cuckoo up there if you need it, but I don't right now. Without further ado, it's final boss time. Alright. This is gonna be interesting. I don't remember this boss fight off the top of my head. Oh, and he uses the motion controls too. Oh, that's dumb. Okay. I'm really nervous about this because I don't remember this boss fight at all, and apparently he uses the motion controls to dodge. I don't understand why it does that. We're gonna die. I'm really surprised that worked because I wasn't paying attention to the gamepad. Yep. Okay. Alright, we're gonna be speeding up, getting back to Ganon real quick, because I want to show what this level is like when you're playing differently. Alright, so we're be facing Ganon, and as you saw during the speeding up segment of this video, we're not going to be playing the boss fight with the Wii Remote. Excuse me. Rude. As much as I really want to, we're not going to be playing the boss fight with the Wii Remote and gamepad. The reason for that is because it was physically painful for me to do that, and on top of that, we had to use the gamepad and move them off to the side so we could dodge. And I don't understand why they did that, because it's not that way for most of the rest of the game. And also the fact that these spiky balls that do Instruction of Death knock you off your feet, and you take damage anyway when you get knocked off your feet. So it was kind of impossible for me to focus on both things at once while not killing my arm trying to move the gamepad off to the side. So I do apologize about the fact that we're not going to be doing this with the Wii Remote and gamepad, but let's be honest, it was crazy enough to even try in the first place. And I'm happy that we were even able to make it to the final boss, because this level is not easy at all. And we took damage. Alright, so your HP is almost defeated. Alright, come on. I don't know why I did that. You're almost defeated, yes! We defeated Ganon! The Triforce grants the wish of the user, and I wish for pizza. So, you know the drill by now. Just because we're done with the main story does not necessarily mean we're completely done with this minigame. So as we go back in here, I would like to point out the fact that there is a time attack mode, and this will be covered in a bonus episode way later down the line. There are 3 stages for you to complete. As you may notice, I've only ever master ranked the first one, and I have a bit of a fun story with that one, but we'll get to that a little bit later. After completing the final boss, you'll also be given access to some additional stages as well. Again, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to bother with these, because as you can see right there, I haven't even beaten all of them on my own time. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be handling those at all, because I think defeating the final boss is a good enough stopping point for the story portion of that video minigame thingy. But now that we've taken care of all that, and we've taken care of the last of the team attractions, the sun has gone down on this Let's Play, and we're moving into the final phase of the project. Next episode, we'll be taking care of the first of the competitive attractions. Next episode, Animal Crossing Sweet Day. Thank you all for watching this episode of Nintendo Land, and next time, leave the gear to you. Oh yeah.